have 4 piles of mushrooms right here, so I'm gonna be here for a minute. Wait, there's a food processor? Yes, I would love to use the food processor. Please. Hey, what's up? My name is Tway and welcome to Making It Big, the show where I turn your favorite food and make it giant. I have a very special guest with me here today, Mr. Ben Hundreds.
Hi, Tway.
Hi. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I'm really nervous about this challenge because, I mean, by the looks of the bamboo steamer, I kind of know what you're gonna challenge me to, but I don't know what kind, so let's see. Of course. It's a soup dumpling, the hardest one to make.
You really think so?
Yes, absolutely. Soup dumplings, it's incredibly difficult to make just this size.
I really wanted to challenge you today.
How big do you want me to make this?
I want big.
Like how big?
Like I want to carry it like this big.
Oh, you want to like hug it?
Yeah.
That's a really big challenge, dude. You couldn't just like challenge me to make like a gyoza or something?
No, I could have, but I didn't want to.
I accept your challenge. I will make a giant soup dumpling. Let's get started. For soup dumplings, we need to make soup. So I'm gonna be using an Instant Pot for this. This is my chicken stock. That's gonna go in. Then adding some flavor to it. So soy sauce, some ginger, garlic, green onions. And this is a little cheat code. This is ham. It's going to add some nice flavor to the broth without having to add some actual bones into it. Give this a nice little stir. This is probably the easiest part of the soup dumpling. So the dumpling is shaped like a purse, which I think is really cute. That's a cute purse. Can you edit a dumpling purse for me? And the more pleats that you have at the top, that means whoever's making your dumpling is very skilled. So today, I'm gonna try my best to make as many pleats as possible. Maybe like 100, maybe less. We'll see. This looks like it's going to be done, so I'm gonna strain it and then add my gelatin. This smells so good, so good. I think it's the ham and the soy that is giving this really savory smell. I wish I can drink this right now, but I have to bloom my gelatin. This is actually not the traditional way of making it. I'm using gelatin because I'm making a big giant dumpling, so I don't want to risk it not setting. And I also can't just add this gelatin right into the hot water. I have to bloom it with cold water because hot water is going to kill the gelatin, meaning it's not gonna help it bloom. Then I'm gonna strain it. Look at that color. You can tell just by looking at it that it has so much flavor. Pour this right into my sheet tray. This is going to take 4 hours, so in the meantime, I'm going to make my dough. Usually dumpling dough is really easy to make. I usually use all-purpose flour, but since this is a big giant dumpling, I'm going to use bread flour and cake flour instead. Bread flour has more gluten, so I feel like it has more structure to hold the dumpling better. 5.5 cups of bread flour, and then cake flour will keep it tender. A little salt, give it all a whisk. Then I have hot water. So the bread flour, I'm just kind of taking an educated guess. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. I hope that it will hold up like I thought it would, but we'll see. Okay, time to get messy. So my first time ever having soup dumplings was here in America. I don't think there's any soup dumplings in Vietnam, maybe now since it's so popular. And the first time I had a soup dumpling, I burned my mouth because I just didn't know what to expect. But the flavor, it was insane. I've never had anything juicier and I was hooked. I'm gonna put it out on the table and then knead it until it turns smooth. So usually when I make dumplings, the dough is probably half this size and it makes like 50 dumplings, but this is the dough for one. This is probably gonna take me a hot minute. My arms are actually feeling really good, feeling strong. If you hate the gym, get in the kitchen. So in culinary school, making dough, we actually had to fight over the mixer. There were only like 4 to a class, so most of us had to do this by hand. I'm getting flashbacks. This dough feels pretty good. All I need to do is check. Yep, and it bounces back, so it's ready. My baby's gonna rest for 30 minutes. This is 5 pounds of pork. That's a lot of meat for one dumpling. So let's get to it. I have some scallions here. So for the scallions, I'm using both the whites and the greens. It both offers a really nice texture to the filling. I love the smell of just raw green onions. And this goes right into the pork. Then I have some baby portobellos here that I'm just going to mince up. Oh, I'm just kidding. Okay, this is a product of one mushroom. I have 4 pounds of mushrooms right here, so I'm gonna be here for a minute. Wait, there's a food processor? Yes, I would love to use the food processor, please. Okay, 4 pounds of minced baby portobello mushrooms, courtesy of my bestie, the food processor later. I'm gonna add it straight into the meat, and I love mushrooms because it has a natural umami flavor to it, and it has a meaty texture. And then for my seasoning, I'm going to add in soy sauce, Shaoxing wine, a little bit of sesame oil, salt, and white pepper. About like a full bulb of garlic here. I'm just going to grate. This is pretty much the amount of garlic I put in my regular dumpling filling anyways, because I love garlic. Ben is a foodie, so I really hope that he likes garlic, but if he doesn't, then I guess I'll have a really big dumpling to myself. And then now I'm gonna grate some ginger. It's great in dumplings, great in dumpling sauce. What is a dumpling without some ginger? This is my favorite part. Time to mix it all together. All of this is filling for just one dumpling. Like, this is actually kind of insane, and I'm kind of concerned if it's actually gonna cook all the way through. But hey, that's what good pork dumpling filling sounds like. Okay, I'm kind of avoiding this because this is the moment of truth. It's assembly time, meaning I have to roll the dough out, put this bad boy in the dough, and then try to pleat. Now I have all of my components and I'm ready to assemble. I actually had to take this part out, this right here, the bottom of this one out. This is too shallow for the big dumpling to sit in. So this gives it a nice deep wall so it can hold up the big dumpling. I'm going to line this first. I have Napa cabbage here. I'm going to just line the bottom and the sides so the dumpling doesn't stick. I'm just kind of working with hopes and dreams over here. Okay, I'm gonna dust my surface so my dough doesn't stick. Roll out my dough. I'm gonna roll this out into a nice thin circle. I thought this dough was going to be harder to roll out, but it's actually not because it's very stretchy, very hydrated. I'm gonna measure this, 18 inches in diameter. Time to transfer this dough into my basket. Okay, so far, so good. Now, I'm gonna add this filling. Man, this smells so good. This is just an insane amount of filling for one dumpling. I really, really hope that all of this pork gets cooked. And I hope that my dough doesn't fall apart on me some way, somehow. This is a tricky one. Okay, all my meat is in. So I'm making a little well in my meat mixture so I can put the soup into the soup dumpling. This is gelatin soup, and this is actually how they put the soup into the soup dumpling. Look at that! Wow, I love it. Brushing some water onto my dumpling wrapper so when I start to pleat it, it can stick together. I'm gonna start right here because it kind of looks like a little pleat right here already. So I'm just gonna grab. So the more pleats means the more skilled. Let's see if I can get 100. I'm on my 5th pleat. Just trying to be as gentle as possible. The small pleats aren't really working out for me, so I think I might just, I gotta just do the bigger pleats. I didn't get 100 pleats. I got about like 14. Not skilled, but not as bad as I thought it would be. There's a little bit of extra dough here. I'm just gonna snip it off. See? Aesthetics. Okay, this looks good. Fold this back. I really, really hope this works. No going back now. Oh man. I'm gonna put the basket in this. I have boiling water ready for me. Get this bad boy up here. And I'm gonna let this steam for 2 hours. So while my dumpling is steaming away, I'm going to start on my sauce. I have some ginger right here that I'm just gonna cut into thin slices. Perfect. The ginger really gives the sauce a nice aroma and just flavor. Now I have black vinegar and soy sauce here. I like to add a little bit more black vinegar than soy sauce. Usually people like to do equal parts, but I love my sauce to be very acidic. And I'm just gonna measure it with my heart. This reminds me of 2 shots of vodka. And then I have a little bit of chili flakes here. This is not just some regular old chili flakes. This is Thai chili flakes. I'm gonna let this sit so the flavors can start to develop and marry with each other. That's it. 2 hours later. Dude, Ben is gonna freak out. This looks really good. Let's plate this and get it ready for Ben. Okay, my heart is actually racing because I cannot wait to show Ben this. Ben, I have something for you. Welcome back.
Wow.
Are you ready?
I don't know if I am. Oh my God. You really made a giant soup dumpling.
Compared to
Wow. How did you do this? It's so good.
so much trial and error. I think this has to be the most challenging challenge yet. So this is a total of 5 pounds of meat,
Okay.
4 pounds of mushrooms in the filling,
Wow.
and the dough by itself is 3 pounds.
Oh,
I got
we're
us
gonna-
some boba straws. I thought it would be fun for us to kind of just drink the soup.
Sure.
Let's do it. Thoughts?
I love it.
Okay, should we dig into this
Yes,
dumpling?
yes, we should.
The only way to go about this is to cut it like a cake.
Sure.
Would this be considered like a meat pie now?
Yeah.
Insane. Okay, I low-key was worried that it might not be cooked through, but we're good, it's cooked through.
It's perfect.
Yes! So this
Right.
is just a regular dumpling sauce, soy sauce, black vinegar, ginger, and then we have some chili oil over there.
Great.
Wow!
It tastes like a soup dumpling.
Perfect.
It checks out almost all the boxes. I mean, the biggest difference between this and a small one is when you bite into a small one, it explodes in your mouth.
Right.
And like half the time you might even burn your mouth when you eat a soup dumpling, right?
Exactly.
So besides that, it's pretty spot on.
That's because you just don't got a big enough mouth.
Yeah, maybe. Can you imagine if I would have picked it up and
I think I checked off all of the boxes, to be honest.
okay, I'll give it to you.
Thank you, thank you. Well, this has been really fun. Thank you so much for challenging me. I can officially say that I made a big soup dumpling. In the comments down below, let me know what I should make big next.